the vast landscape of the United States, one state has quietly become a magnet for the illegal ownership of big cats. With few regulations, loose oversight, and a culture of exotic animal fascination, this state has transformed into an unintended sanctuary for lions, tigers, leopards, and other dangerous predators. But how did it happen, and what does it mean for the animals and the people who live there? Welcome to a story of loopholes, secrecy, and the clash between private rights and public safety. While federal laws like the Endangered Species Act and the Lacey Act exist to protect wildlife, enforcement is often left to the states. And not all states treat exotic animal ownership equally. In fact, a patchwork of policies has created hotspots where owning a tiger is as easy as owning a dog. In this particular state, which we'll leave unnamed for now due to ongoing investigations, anyone can purchase a big cat with little more than a permit, or in some cases, no documentation at all. Auctions, roadside dealers, and online forums have made it shockingly easy to acquire a powerful predator. Many buyers are drawn in by the novelty or status symbol of owning a lion or a leopard. Others see business opportunities in cub petting operations, backyard zoos, or social media fame. These owners often believe they are providing a better life for the animals or that their intentions are harmless. But the reality is far more troubling. Big cats require specialized care, secure enclosures, and expert knowledge to thrive. Most private owners lack the resources or training to meet those needs. As a result, the animals suffer from malnutrition, inadequate medical attention, and psychological distress. Some are kept in tiny cages with concrete floors. Others are chained, confined, or even declawed to make them easier to handle. In extreme cases, animals have been discovered emaciated, diseased, or dead from neglect. Neighbors are often unaware that a deadly predator lives just beyond their fence. When accidents occur, it is usually too late to prevent tragedy. Escaped animals have killed pets, injured humans, and prompted emergency responses. But why is this state so lenient? Part of the answer lies in its deeply rooted culture of individual freedom and limited government interference. Many residents view exotic animal ownership as a personal liberty that should not be restricted. Lobbying efforts by breeders and exotic pet owners have successfully blocked stricter regulations. Meanwhile, underfunded wildlife agencies struggle to inspect facilities or respond to complaints. With only a handful of officers responsible for vast territories, enforcement becomes nearly impossible. Illegal breeding operations often go undetected for years. Even when violations are reported, the penalties are minimal and rarely enforced. Repeat offenders face small fines or temporarily lose their licenses, only to resume operations soon after. Some breeders have even found legal loopholes to register as sanctuaries, despite lacking the standards of true rescue organizations. These faux sanctuaries exploit animals for profit while hiding behind a veil of conservation. In reality, they breed cubs to be handled by the public, then discard them once they grow too large. The cubs are separated from their mothers sometimes just hours after birth. They are bottle-fed and passed from person to person under hot lights and camera flashes. These early life conditions lead to long-term trauma and behavioral issues. Once they are no longer profitable, many of these cats are euthanized, sold to unregulated buyers, or shipped across state lines to other breeders. This secretive pipeline of animals has created a shadow network that spans the country. The federal government has attempted to intervene through laws like the Big Cat Public Safety Act. This law aims to restrict private ownership and ban public interaction with cubs. But change is slow and enforcement remains inconsistent. Activists and investigative journalists have worked tirelessly to expose the industry. Undercover footage has revealed appalling conditions and abusive training practices. Public pressure has led to some raids and facility closures. But the problem remains deeply entrenched in this state's culture and politics. Animal welfare organizations argue that without a federal ban, exotic animal breeding will continue to thrive in legal gray zones. True sanctuaries advocate for the end of breeding altogether. They emphasize that conservation does not happen in cages or behind fences. It happens in the wild through habitat protection and global cooperation. The question then becomes, how many more animals must suffer before laws catch up to morality? And how many more communities must be put at risk by animals that should never have been there in the first place? There is growing public awareness and support for reform. Some state legislators have introduced bills to strengthen exotic animal regulations. But these efforts face strong opposition from powerful lobbying groups. Education plays a crucial role in changing perceptions. When people learn the truth behind those cute tiger selfies, they are less likely to support the industry. Documentaries and social media campaigns have made strides in exposing the hidden costs of big cat ownership. The goal is to replace curiosity with compassion. No wild animal belongs in a living room, a backyard, or a roadside cage. Until uniform laws exist and enforcement is prioritized, this US state will remain a haven for illegal big cats. But with continued pressure from advocates, lawmakers, and the public, change is not only possible, it is inevitable. The future of big cats in America depends on the decisions we make today. Will we choose profit and spectacle, or will we choose protection and respect? The fate of some of the planet's most powerful and awe-inspiring creatures hangs in the balance.